Hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust talking about the Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, next generations, and everything in between. And today we're going over what can you do with custom servers and how it will change the game forever for us. I know a lot of us have been waiting for this for a long time. It is still cooking. We'll have some more information about that a little bit later, or a redirect to another video that we've done in the future. Just know it's up in the cards. You know what? Yeah, it's up in the cards. Okay, so first and foremost, this is going to be its own separate thing. They are working on this as a separate team on top of this. It's not available yet, but we're going to go over specifically like why this is going to be such a big game changer. And we are totally interested in knowing what you guys want to do with your own custom server. Feel free to throw it down in the comments down below. Just know we will be running our own custom server, at least 2 of them, an event server and a bi-weekly standard rate server. So we'll go over what some of that stuff is. But yeah, so if you don't want to pay money for a custom server, you can always join us whenever that does occur. Yeah, it's probably going to be later on this year, probably late, but anyways, we'll go over that in the future. Okay, so speaking of which, one of the things that we've done here and that we will do on ours is a PvP arena. The game can fully support this. This is all done with just admin tools. There's no mods or anything here. This is 100% just us building and then us kind of putting kits in there, and then we're like, okay, free for all. So we're going to be doing stuff like that on our event server, so that's one in particular thing that you can do, and this is just one of the arenas that we've done. As a matter of fact, if you guys were around for the beta key stuff, or for the beta itself, we actually gave away the keys as we did some arena fights. Yes. Okay, another thing that I think a lot of people will be interested in is building. Building unfettered. Now, currently on Testing Branch, there is a building test server, but it has some limitations. It is getting better, but you know, it does wipe every day now, thankfully. But if you kind of want to just try out some of your new building stuff, or just build giant structures, you can totally do that on your own custom server. And there'll also be different ways that you can include or exclude people. So if you kind of just want it to be you and your friends, you can totally do that. So on the topic of, you're like, okay, all this stuff is really cool, but like, when is this stuff going to happen? Well, I'm going to go ahead and link now in the cards the custom server, like when we think it's going to happen, now in the upper right-hand corner, if you want to go check that out. Or it's like down below in the description somewhere. It just depends on the mobile application that you're using or what update it is. Anyways, that's when we think it's going to happen. No official word yet. I do know that they're going to bring this out as soon as possible. It doesn't make sense why they would delay this. But there's some dependencies in there, and that's what that video covers. And I think it's a pretty solid timeline for what we know so far. So there it is. And if you didn't know, custom servers will cost money. It looks like there's some varying degrees of this. Again, this could fully change. As a matter of fact, the screenshot's from PlayStation. We typically play on Xbox, but it really doesn't matter because we're crossplay. But you can see that there's different levels, standard, performance. And as I said before, if you guys don't want to mess around with paying for it, we'll have at least 2 servers running. So if that's your flavor, you can totally join us. And just know that event server stuff will be streaming on the regular. So if you want to join us and clap our cheeks, that's the place to do it, let me tell you. Okay, so as we were saying earlier about custom servers and custom builds, a great place to build, test your builds. Whether you're testing one of the builds that we're doing, just making like giant sculptures, doing a little bit of that PvE, a little bit of that role play. I mean, I guess these kind of fall in line, but I mean, I know I've shown this like a bunch of times, but I thought it was so cool that somebody made a freaking cargo ship out of twig. I mean, come on. So it'd be a great place to do PvE stuff. A lot of people have been asking about that. Some role play. Those kind of go in the same category. But I know they're separate things, so this is just showing some of the stuff that had happened during the fishing event, which was really cool. It's just cool, because some people want to feel out the game and not get completely waxed, or just do like specific role-playing events, and that'll be something you can definitely do with custom servers. Just opening up a lot of different gameplay. So speaking of opening up gameplay, I know this is probably the hottest topic in this entire setup here, is going to be, let's see what we got here, is going to be solo duo servers or even trio servers. A lot of people want to start their own servers and make sure that there's no zergs. The only reason why we don't have that currently is that it has to be managed by an active admin or admins to make sure that people aren't teaming. A lot of the community has had some really good ideas with like take out code locks, take out the ability to make teams, which I think would be cool for an official server too. But just know that when community servers come in, this will help service solo, duo, trio servers, and it should cut back on the zergs. I don't think it'll completely stop it, because you're really going to need some active admins. But it's just giving more flavors to the community, I think, is a really good thing. On to the next piece. I think that's going to be the biggest. You're going to see a lot of servers like that. Lots. And speaking of solo, duo, trio servers, they are experimenting now with 2x servers over on Testing Branch, and they may officially support one. But what's cool is you can also do 2x, 3x, 5x, I think all the way up to 10x servers, which will help with a lot of people that have regular work lives or just lives, you know. These can really help that kind of stuff. And if you've played the Testing Branch version, you've kind of got a flavor for this. It's not 2x across the board necessarily. It's like with some balance, but for the most part, things are 2x. But that just gives you a good idea. Look at all these people by the recycler going, huh? Okay, up here at the top. Beep boop. Now we have custom loadouts, and this is this is huge. Obviously, you'll be doing stuff like that, like having different kits. Like starting kits. You've seen us do that on a couple PC versions, but those are pretty heavily modded. But as a matter of fact, our aim trainer target practice servers do have custom loadouts. And that's really kind of what we're talking about there. And that's going to be a big deal, especially if we're doing events. It's just, yeah, it's a big deal, especially if you're going to just make your own target practice server. But I think the biggest thing is probably the bi-weekly. And so if you're not familiar, like the standard servers, they hard wipe, or at least I should say the weekly's hard wipe, which is BP map at the end of the month. But the monthly's only soft wipe at the end of the month, and they'll pick and choose when they do a BP wipe, which I don't think is that great. So if you've played it, you'll feel like, hey, the monthlies are cute, but like it's a bit too long, and the weeklies are a bit too fast, especially if you work. And you're like, hey, it would be cool if there's something in between. Well, I'm here to tell you that on PC, bi-weeklies are the most popular by far. That and like 2x. So what bi-weekly is there would be a soft wipe halfway through the month, so 2 weeks in, and then at the end of the month there's a hard wipe, making it super awesome for like everybody, but like it gives you 2 solid weekends to do stuff, like if that's the only time you can play. It gives you time to rebuild again, to make enough enemies and friends that it's really impactful. It's just the right chord of like, you know, sped up and slowed down kind of thing. So I know for sure we'll be running a bi-weekly. As I said before, it's definitely going to be a big deal. We're very excited to support that. That way we won't need too many admins or anything for that, because I don't know if we'll be able to support like a solo duo server. Like like I said, it's going to be like a full-time job for people to maintain that. But it's going to be good, though. You know what I mean? Let's see. We've got our PvP battles. We covered that. As far as like a glimpse into how the custom servers are coming along, I know during our fishing event that we did, we got to see some of the admin tools. I've said this before, but they've actually done the skip queue stuff, which is really cool. So like, let's say there's 90 people in the queue. If you have somebody that's like an admin or somebody else that's like a VIP, you can have them jump the line. That's actively working. They used that on me when we were doing the oil rig test, so it's just really cool to see all the different progress. I know people are foaming at the mouth for this. I've had a lot of people even say, they're like, look, I'm going to quit the game until there's custom servers. So I get it. I don't think they're holding it back by any means. I think they're working on it as fast as they can. They literally have a whole separate team on it, you know, in addition to the standard team, or just say like for the game. And so I think as soon as it's ready, it'll come out. Again, once that video, if you go click on this bad boy up in the cards, it should give you a better idea of what's going on. But yes, that's why I think this is going to change the game forever. It's going to give people all those different flavors that they're looking for. The ability to test and practice and get better, because a lot of people have been like, hey man, how do I get better at shooting stuff? Well, the target practice servers help quite a bit with that. So, and you're probably like, hey, when's the custom servers coming, man? Well, here on the end screen, we'll throw it up. The custom servers, this is my hypotheses on when I think custom servers are going to come in and giving us a good outline. And I think I'm personally setting my expectations to that until they kind of tell us otherwise sooner or later. And the great thing is if we're wrong about this, that just means it comes sooner, right? So go ahead and check it on the end screen now.